welcome to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show, where today I'm going to be talking a little bit about these things. Echo sounders, plotters, sonars, call them what you will, on my 17-foot Wilson flyer. I have been using a Lowrance HDS 5. No problems with it, comparatively easy to use, still loads on there that I can't even fathom whether I'm going to ever need it or not. This year, whether it's to my advantage or not, I've upgraded to a Lowrance HDS 7, the touchscreen version, okay? The problem I'm finding is there's so much stuff and information in these units, it takes forever to learn them. Now, is it me or are there other guys out there as well? That when you come to read something as thick as a telephone directory with all the various instructions of what it does, some of it just doesn't go in. I don't understand what they're talking about. Yet if somebody shows me, and you can follow the cursor or the mouse, beep, 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 save as, and all that business, it's much easier. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on this. This unit, incidentally, does sonar logging, it has structure scan, it has all the gizmos and gadgets you can want to play with. Do I really need them? I don't know. I need it to a certain extent to find me fishing, and one way I found out how to use this, really, is to take it inside the house. Now, some of you guys probably have them fixed on the boats. I dare say you take them off. How are you going to wire it up? You know, how are you going to go and put it on the boat every time you want to go and play with it and try and learn something? Well, in the British weather, that's not sensible, is it? Wind, rain, snow, ice, cloud, whatever. You don't want to be out there. So I've rigged mine up with a 12-volt battery inside in the office. Gives me plenty of what I can call tinker time. I think I call it tinker time. I can play with it anyway and learn. Watch this. Okay, so I brought the unit inside and I've put the standard power lead in the back there. Don't need the others. It's a spare one. It's a spare one I had off the HDS 5 unit, but it still fits the HDS 7. I've put it in there and I've run it through with an inline fuse there with the correct amperage, a couple of crocodile clips, and I just pop it, and I make sure I put them on the right ones, onto a 12-volt battery from my caravan. It's on my office desk and oh, it fires up. Now, as you can see, we'll let this one search for its satellites or whatever it does, talks to itself. What you can do now is you can keep this in your office just like this, or wherever, your workshop, anything like that, your garage. You can work on it and you can beep away and you can actually go through it and learn a few things that you might not want to have time for when you're fishing. See, when I'm fishing, I just don't have time to tinker all the time. I want to go fishing. I've got to get baits in the water, lures in the water. I just accept. Okay, there we go. Now, let me just minimise this and I'm just going to show you. This is what they call a Navionics Platinum card. Now, on these sounder units, you can go out, you can record what you want, you can do all your own stuff, that's no problem at all. But if you want to make life a little bit easier, as far as I can see, and it's sort of a way of bypassing that great big telephone directory of information, you get yourself a chart card, and there's loads of different makes out there. I've got the Navionics Platinum, they come in different grades, obviously depending on how much information is on there. And you pop in here, you can see that, just pop this one open there, like this. I always do this with no power on, incidentally. Pop the old card out. If you are recording, you want your own memory card in there, pop the Navionics chart card in there, away you go, and that's the first screen that comes up. And that, for guys who, well, if you're in the UK, you might or might not know, there's the Isle of Wight, and that's where I want to go fishing. Now, not only can I tinker around here and beep around looking for things and think, oh, that's how that works, oh, that's how this I can make a file, blah blah blah. You can do that in the comfort of your home with you know, like the huge reading material that it comes with. But there's been a mark there that's been really annoying me off the south coast of England. I wanted to go in there. You don't really see many people fishing there, but it's called the Hounds. Most people, myself included, fish on the south side of the Hounds. Now, I've been wanting for some time to fish on the north side, because where I used to do a lot of fishing in Florida, they would have two flats. A flat is a shallow, muddy area that generally would dry out, we'll say, as the tide drops. Now, if there's fish up on those flats, up i.e. in the shallow water, as the tide drops, it gets shallower and shallower. obviously it dries out, there's no fish on there, but those fish have got to drop off the flats. Bonefish, barracudas, sharks, stingrays, whatever, caught them all, down into the channel. So that puts more fish in your target area, right in the channel. And I got to thinking about it, I thought, I wonder if that applies to UK fishing, to British fishing, or indeed anywhere else in the world. So I'm figuring, on the mainland, the beach is shallow up. As the tide comes down, pulling the fish back, narrowing it down. There's the mark we call the hounds, which is the reef area. That can dry at certain stages of the tide, big springs. That drops down. If I fished in the channel, which I could vaguely see on a paper chart, I might be in with a good chance of catching a fish. It might be a little fish hole. It might be a way of doing the same procedure as I do in the Florida Keys, but in the UK. Watch for this. Watch for this. It's interesting. Okay, guys, let's see if this works out. Now, here is the Isle of Wight, as you hopefully can see. There's Hayling Island, there is Selsey Bill. Now, this is how the chart card originally comes when you put it in there. But if you zoom in, as I zoom in, look at the amount of information that this platinum chart card comes with. Absolutely everything, more than you could have shake a stick at. So I thought I'm going to keep this card in here and then take a look at the mark that I could see on the charts. So if I zoom in, this is where I'm coming out from. Let me get a pen actually, it might be a little bit easy for you guys to see it. It's even got, you know, mainline roads coming down out onto Hayling Island. There's a road. I come out of Northley Marina. I'm coming down this little blue channel down there, and I'm going to zoom in a bit more. It's marked up submarine cables, pipelines. You can actually move it where you want the cursor. It zooms in there. If I want to come down here, historic wreck, it says there, right? We go touchscreen, wreck, even I can read that. I can zoom in. Now look at all the detail you can find here as I've zoomed in. Okay, so now let's forget this. Let's go back where I was going to go. I've already marked it here, down here. There's the hounds, you can see, just over here. So I'm going to tap that with the cursor, on the cursor, just on the screen. Right. Let's get my finger to do it. There we go. There's an obstruction just up sort of northwest of me there. Let's move the cursor over a bit. Let's get zoom. Now look, immediately there's a nice channel there. That green is a drying out area. There's Selsey Bill. So let me zoom in. I'm very close to where I want to be. It's mark number 3 for you guys if you want to know. Look at the detail coming in this chart card. Right, now, that's about as good as I could get before. If I put the cursor up there, let me move in. Now here you can see there's what they call the area that they call the hounds. That's the other downside of the touchscreen. Wherever you touch it, it goes. Let's move it up there for now. There you can see is a drying out area, and ordinarily we fish for black bream and stuff along this side, all along this side. But what I wanted to get was, look how this dries out there. If you can see that, from here to here is a huge drying out area. That dries out from there. That leaves this channel just there, that channel along there, that blue, well it's blue here, I know, dark blue, that's because it's shallower. That channel through there, and I figure fish are going to come up and move along there. So let's just zoom in, see if it gives us any more. Now, it's going to slide off the page, but all you do is you just tap pretty well where you want to go, and look, I'm zooming right in on the hounds. That's the drying area, and I want to get between there and there in that channel. There's even a secondary peninsula under the water there coming out. There's even one here. Now, the point of that, just there could be some good fish going past the point of that. But I marked it there, but if I go right in on it, you can go either chart, sonar, structure. You can split the screen, so you can then go, if you wanted, I mean, I've got no fixtures here for rigging it up on my transducer, obviously, but you can do a split screen, so you can do your chart, and you can do your sounder there as well. Let's go back to the charts. We'll just stick on the chart as it is. If I get right on that, there. Let's go in again. Now you can see, now look at the detail that's come up there now. All the different details, and a tiny weeny one up here. If you can see that one, I don't know, but more to the point, how accurate can you get? Right, let's say that's on it. That's as good as I'm going to get. Watch down here as I zoom in. It obviously doesn't like it because it's not fixed to the boat, but now you can see it gives me the contour line within a few feet, and it also gives you longs and lats there so you can write it down. That is a good spot, I felt, just on this bank with the tide coming this way. The fish would come off of this flat area and drop down into that hole there, and that's what I thought. That's why I figured, you know, I would always want to go there and try fishing. I'll tell you what, we went down there and this is how the day turned out. I actually took with me the trouble and strife, the wife. Well, you'd think that would be a recipe for disaster, wouldn't you? Actually, it wasn't, and this is what we caught. We've been here 5 minutes, barely 5 minutes, put the chum tube down. Mrs. Awesome's got a fish on. A little bit more drag, put the drag up a little bit, the lever just up to the, that's it there. I've no idea what it is, keep it nice and tight. And we just put the chum back, it's a brand new spot, I just called it number 3, he's kicking there, look at the bend in the rod. And we give him, wait for this is just a spinning rod. This is called a Storm Force 9-foot spinning rod off the shore. I tell you what, that's a good fish.
Here he is.
Can you see it?
Coming up. Yep.
What the hell is it? Might be a ray. Looks like a thornback ray. Oh no, it's an undulate. Really nice undulate ray. That's a good fish, that's a nice one. He must have come up on that chum. Right, let's get him in the boat, get a picture. Fish number 1, nearly in the boat. Just hooked there, just lucky. You see little teeth on this one as well. See the ridge of teeth around there, spin him round. Look at the lovely markings on that. And we haven't been here 5 minutes. I've been waiting 3 years to come to this mark, haven't I, Hilary?
Yeah. Just had a sandwich and a cup of tea.
And that was it?
And that was it.
Straight in, straight in. I had a couple of little bites before. And that is to be, how many undulate ray have you had, darling?
Never.
That was it. Would this be your PB?
Definitely.
Definitely. That's heavy, isn't it?
Very heavy.
And there is something disgusting. Oh, we must show the kids this one. I'll show you this before we put him back. If I can turn him around. There, eating into his body, is a disgusting worm parasite. Can you see that, guys? It's still alive and he's eating into him. Absolutely. I don't even want to touch it. What can we touch it with? Give me that bait knife.
Get some pliers and get rid of it.
That's it, pliers. See if you can get it. Wife's going for it, pull it slowly. He's eating into him. Really slowly. It's a parasite. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What a disgusting creature. And I'm not talking about the wife. That's a horrible... I've never seen one of those before and I do not want it attached to me. Over the side, dearie. The worm, not you.
Not the pliers.
Not the pliers. That is a really nice, I'd say fish goes £11, something like that. 10, £11 that one. God, let's get another rod out. Okay guys, we're going to get this one back, so I want to get all my rods out now and wait for this. I came all the way down here, I've only left my 2 big reels on the floor of the garage. What a dumbass. Let's get it back over in the water. And there, beautiful markings on these undulates. Just get him pointed head down and away he goes. What I want to do is that happens so fast, just to show you what I've done here. I had some of my shark chum and I put it down in my shark chum tube.
which I use for porbeagles when I go deep fishing. It's got like a £2 lead here, and I did make it as a bait drop. I've now made it as a permanent item. It's full of chum, and I dropped this down as soon as we got here. We are in no more than about 15 feet of water. I've always wanted to come here, and I feel dead water like this, perfect time. It's milling out around us. Got to get some more baits in, guys. I think we're going to get another fish, seriously. We've had 3 dogfish after that ray. I'm getting lots of little tiny taps. I put some tiny hooks down on Michael's best rod, £5 rod, reel, line. The threaded telescopic. It's as rusty as anything, but he's been very, very lucky. And I've got a tiny fish on here, I guess a small pouting. What the hell is that? Oh no! Oh, it's a PB, I think, folks. It's a PB. PB. I want to say goby. Is it a black goby, or is it a killadilla weaver? I'm a little bit concerned about grabbing that one because I don't need to go to hospital. That looks awfully. Is it a weaver? You guys must let us know. I will approach it with the safest mode possible. Pair of long nose pliers. It's probably just like a. Where is it? It's not a weaver, is it? Because the weavers up here, just so guys know, generally over sand, they got 3 spines up there. They got 3 spines. I don't see. Put the binoculars on. I don't see 3 spines up there. It's funny. It's got a tendril at the top of its dorsal. No spines here. I haven't had a stingray before. I'm very careful of spines. So I'm putting that one down as some form of goby. What do you think, guys? Answers on a postcard. I'm still wary of it. It's terrible, isn't it, really? Little fish like this, I'm approaching it like a brain surgeon. But it's a PB. Do you know what? I wonder if that was a British record of something like that I've just thrown over. And I've put on there size 10 gilt, tiny freshwater hooks, because I figure the sparkle of the gold hook might actually attract something. And who knows? Let's see if we get another. There's 2 PBs today. We've only been here an hour. Don't tell Michael I'm using his rod, will you?
What am I looking at here?
Probably a smooth hound.
Wow.
It's on that lucky rod.
Oh, yeah. Here we
Is
go.
it a smooth hound? No, it's another
one of those.
No, it's a different one. It's a thornback.
Thornback.
That's a thornback. Thornback, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, ease him in. You walk backwards. Here he comes. Another nice thornback. He went off, I thought it was a smooth hound. Dare I chance it on the trace? Here he comes. It's not as big as the undulate ray. You see the markings on it, and you can see all this. Reason they call it thornback is because of all the thorns all over the back. But worry not, all you YouTubers, because Mr. P's fighting back, yes, with a smooth hound. If you think I've let my wife beat me, well, it is a smooth hound. Don't laugh, it's a smooth hound. Come on. Right species, wrong size. But a neat little one. I wonder actually, is that this year's fish or last year's fish, you know, when it was born? Sort of makes you wonder which is when it actually was born, fish this size. Maybe it's 2 or 3 years old, I don't know. No, I missed that one. Oh no, I haven't. I'll tell you what, is this a good mark or a good mark? And the water's lovely and clear here for some reason. It's just, always wanted for 3 years, I've wanted to come the other side of that reef. What have we got? Everybody's favourite.
This is sailing vessel Porcello requesting radio check, over.
Radio's working okay, chum. We're making a film here.
Porcello, Sterling Coast Guard, you're loud and clear. For future reference, during the summer months, we ask channel
87.
6-7 for radio check, over.
A dogfish. That's about the 4th or 5th doggy we've got. So I feel all these fish are coming on that chum tube I put down there. But what I'm more pleased about is this little pit area that seems to be between the reef and the beach. And well, we'll show it to you on the chart when we've caught a few more fish. Another tip, rather go digging around too much, use a pair of long nose pliers. It's much easier. That's long nose pliers, just nip the hooks out. You don't break your fingernails. That's it. Well, the wife definitely beat me today. Let's put that one away. And you know what the old saying is? If you can't beat them, join them. Can't even do this properly. Hello, Wayne. What do you do when you drop a stitch?
So there you go, guys. That wasn't a little bad session of fishing, and that was just a gamble, a hunch that I came off with, looking at a spot that might be reasonable on a paper chart, and then get the binoculars on, getting one of these Navionics charts. That's a platinum one, and you can see it just pops in there. That helped me, no question, with the amount of detail on that chart to zoom right in and actually see, you know, more definition on that channel. Okay, now this is the other things they give with it. It's got 3D and satellite overlay. If you're going into ports with big, you know, obviously bigger boats, any boats, you got all the panoramic port pictures, and it gives you tides, it gives you currents, points of interest, and of course those sonar charts, and they're all high definition. I was really impressed with those. As an addition to that, although I will definitely use this Navionics quite a lot, I can see that's coming a mile away because I didn't realise what definition you still got when you really zoomed in. I didn't realise that. You can also, with this unit, you can get other products, you know, like Insight Genesis, whereby you can record on here sonar logs of a spot. Now this is a, for instance, say, I've no idea when these charts were done, but this year, I'm talking 2014, in the UK we had horrendous storms through the winter, okay, and a lot of the sandbanks not only have moved, have been destroyed, have been flattened, are gone, as are the place, the turbot, the brill. It's been a shocker of a year for a lot of people. People can't find where they are. So, if you have the chart card, it's still a guide. It's still a guide. That doesn't know that there's been big storms in 2014 and the sandbanks that it might show on there now have been moved. It doesn't know that. So if you wanted to upgrade again from here, and I will definitely be using this a lot. This is so handy while I trail my boat around a lot. I'm going to keep that as my main unit, but wherever I go fishing, if I'm looking for where the sandbanks are and I find a new fishing mark, I can record it on a standard memory card in there, bring it back, put it in my computer, send it to Insight Genesis, which is a subscription. That then sends you the information back, take it out, download it, put the chip back in here, so then, as I see it, it's absolutely foolproof and the fish don't have a chance. Because I've got the original Navionics here, platinum card, and after storms I've recorded whatever the latest up to the minute ground structure, contours, depth might have changed from storms. I've got that, what I call double bubble, guys. You've got to make this electronic stuff work for you rather than against you. I've still got an awful lot to learn about this thing. It might take me months and months, but at the moment, as you can see, that one hunch, one gamble, at least got us some good fish. Actually, no, it got my wife some good fish. Oh well, can't win them all.